Because you know what happens at the start of every one of our podcasts?
What is it? What have we got to do?
We've got to check the levels.
Only 3 seconds, otherwise
Oh
we've got
shit, we've got more than 3 seconds.
Alright, fine.
I also skipped too far.
Alright. Cool. So it's 9 outside, but we're here to warm you up.
Oh.
Welcome to the late review working title.
I didn't like that.
Alright, fine. I'll do it again.
No, leave it as it is. It's just, I'm registering distaste at that we're warming you up.
Fine.
We're not Dean Martin.
I mean, you're definitely warming people up. In this room, like, this house is warming people up.
Oh,
it's very hot.
It's too hot. It's too hot. I was cold earlier and I had to turn the heating on.
Yeah, I've taken off like 7 layers since I've got here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just leave the layers you currently have on.
Don't worry. I mean, maybe I'll just like... If we play levels again, we don't know what's going to happen.
If we play levels again, I'm getting naked.
So we're going to do this again. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better than last week's one. But similar stuff. We're going to go with news. We're going to do more trailer reviews. And then we're going to add a few more segments.
Segments galore.
Well, we've got to try things out. And then eventually we'll get a solid plan in week in, week out. So let's get right into it then. We've got a bit more news coming.
We didn't introduce ourselves.
I mean, okay.
Still.
I'm Chris.
I'm Harry.
At underscore Remy. What? With the 3?
Oh,
yeah. So I tried to set up a Twitter for TLR, well, the Late Review UK. It's now set up, except for the fact that Twitter doesn't believe that it's a person. It thinks it's a bot. So they're like, okay, you have to attach a phone number, and then we'll ring you a security code. Like, but they won't ring me, and I've put my phone number in like 7 times. So there will be a Twitter, but at the minute, it's apparently a bot.
But I'm exclusively following men and then telling them to go on sex chat lines. Because if we're going to be a bot, we might as well go all out.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm Harry, by the way.
Yeah,
and I'm at
Harry.
not HWM on everything. I've got Pinterest as well now.
Oh, yeah, I still don't understand it. I refuse
Catch me
to
on
understand
Pinterest. You'll see me pinning like nobody's business.
So, alright, let's get started with the news then. Scarface Reboot. So we know a lot about this.
Reboot?
Yeah, Reboot. That's how they call it nowadays.
I like it.
We've got a multiple... We've got Diego Luna set to start as... What's his face?
Tony Montana.
Yeah.
Whether it'll be called Tony Montana or not.
Well, because they're not going for Miami this time, aren't they? They're going for a different location.
The first one wasn't from Miami anyway, so... Yeah. The first one's Chicago because it's about Al Capone, so he's called Tony.
Well, wait, what's Scarface?
Scarface is a remake of Scarface.
Yeah, okay.
So this in itself is a third remake of a film.
So is it? It's not necessarily.
No, it's the Scarface everyone knows is a homage to the original Scarface with
right,
Paul
so
Mooney from
the second
1930s.
one, Tony Montana. I mean, do you think we're going to go for more of a reboot based around Tony Montana or based around the original?
I think they're just both of them have elements of each other in them, so I'd imagine it'll be both.
Yeah, I mean, you can't reboot a thing without sort of looking at everything.
Exactly.
So we got Diego Luna, main character, whatever his name is.
I like it.
Scripts by the Coen brothers.
Yeah, it's getting a rewrite.
Yeah.
It did have a director. It's lost its director.
So it had Brian De Palma was the original. Sorry.
No, it wasn't. The reboot.
Yeah, the second. All right, we'll call it the second. All right. David Ayer supposedly was going to look at it in 2011, and then they looked at Jonathan Herman as the writer until they replaced him with Terrence Winter, and then moved on to the Coen brothers, which is a trade up, right?
Oh yeah, that's like having a Twix and then getting a Dairy Milk.
Wait, what?
Because Dairy Milks are better than
No,
Twixes.
Twixes are better than Dairy Milk. I don't understand that analogy.
Alright, it's like getting some wine gums but then getting fruit pastels instead.
Okay, I may have a controversial response to that because I really like wine gums. And
yeah, so do I.
I bought a sharing pack. I had an option today to get a sharing pack of wine gums or 4 packs of fruit pastels because they cost the same at Tesco. I went with the wine gums.
You're dead inside, bro.
They've got new fizzy pinballs as well.
Why are we talking about this? This is a film
know.
podcast.
It's going off on tangent again. But how do you feel about them redoing Scarface?
Fine.
I don't like it.
I'm not a massive fan of... Well, I like Scarface.
Yeah.
Right? But I like both of them. But I'm more of a fan of the first one, the one from the 30s.
I haven't seen that one.
Not many people have.
Yeah.
Because it fits more with those sort of gangsters. You like them more. They're likable characters because they're not selling cocaine to children. They're selling alcohol to adults. Yeah, they do some murders, but
so it is like a proper change. So it's prohibition.
Yeah.
To like the whole drug.
To coke.
Yeah.
He stops being Italian.
Cocaine.
He stops being Italian and he becomes Cuban. And right at the start of the film, he murders someone.
Yeah.
So
that's fun.
I mean, definitely fits with what I imagine Brian De Palma's cocaine habit was like in the 1980s.
Brian De Palma, like, what else did he do? Because I keep thinking he's the one that did the first Purge, but that's not him. That's someone else.
Brian De Palma directed a film called Dressed to Kill, which is like a erotic thriller from the 80s, which is really, really good.
Is it like True Lies, but more erotic?
Yeah, a lot more. It's basically about a prostitute who witnesses a murder.
Oh wait, I do know that movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it as well.
It's really good.
Yeah.
He also did Manhunter, which is the first Hannibal Lecter film, which Brian Cox is in.
Oh yeah, Brian Cox is Hannibal Lecter in that one.
Yeah, it's really, really good. He's kind of like a erotic-y, thriller-y type of director who's quite very good. But I don't know who they're going to get to direct this, but Diego Luna's a good choice. He's Hispanic, so they're going that way, which is quite nice. I'd imagine it'd probably be set in the 90s rather than the 80s.
But then what you do?
And possibly
what's
New
he
York.
selling in the 90s?
Crack.
No, but that's.
You might look if you're gonna fucking
How'd you
swing for the fences.
How'd you become a crack kingpin?
I can point you somewhere.
Like,
well, no, because it's not just crack you're selling. You sell all the other shit as well, but your main income's crack because I'd imagine it's the most expensive.
But there's got to be something that makes him sort of stand out, that makes him like better than anyone. Like, I don't understand how you sell crack better than anyone else and how you can change the distribution.
Because you can shut everyone else out. You can just be like flipping tables, dobbing other people into the police.
I think it might go like trafficking, like human trafficking.
But then it's not Scarface, is it?
Yeah.
You're providing that's super bad. That's like I don't want to fall in love with a character who's trafficking like Puerto Rican women.
Maybe they don't want that. Maybe that's where they're going to go.
Well, then they've picked an actor who's quite likeable. So,
but then maybe that is it.
Maybe
that's it. Like, we've gone for this awful guy, but we've got a guy who can really make you feel that he's human.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I like it. I don't like the idea. Sometimes things like this, they morph into other things. So it could start off as a Scarface reboot and then end up as not being Scarface.
Yeah, then why? I mean, why don't you say we're doing this original?
Because it might have just been. It might have. In the rewrite, you don't know what the Coen brothers are going to do with it.
That's true. Maybe it was when it first came through with the first writer.
Exactly.
It was going to be a Scarface, and then we've moved on, and now Coen brothers are going to make basically an original film that has elements of Scarface to it.
Yeah. Which is I like that.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Talking about rewrites, Batman.
Yeah.
After last week, we had who is it? Ben Affleck. That's it. Yeah. Ben Affleck isn't going to direct.
Nope.
Chris Terrio handed in a script, which wasn't meant to be what happened because Batfleck and Jeff Johns was supposed to be writing it, and now we've gone to the point where producers have seen these two scripts and they're like, we're going to start from scratch. What the fuck? I don't understand like how you get so far in the process and then you're like, actually we don't want to do this, even though we've got an established actor who is playing the character, who's known for writing good stuff, and then we're going to ignore what he's made because we think we don't know better.
How much of it has been ignored. We don't know what base on which.
Page 1 rewrite is where we've gone.
Yeah, no, but you stood the same ideas might still be there. They just the two of them couldn't flesh it out enough to make it last for let's say 2 hours. Whereas who's the bloke what's his name?
Well, Chris Terrio.
Chris Terrio, yeah.
But they've got rid of his one as well now as well. So he was the one who was he had written.
That happens all the time.
Ben Affleck. Yeah, no, the Chris Terrio part wasn't the bit that surprised me. The bit that surprised me was them then rewriting everything than just being like, all right, start from scratch. Even though we still want Ben Affleck to be Batman, we don't want him to write it. And we've got Matt Reeves now confirmed.
He's still producing it, though, to be fair. Yeah, so he might have had a hand in it. He might have said, listen, what I've written isn't good enough. Or I think, it happens all the time. There's someone who's written stuff before, you think, this is shit, why am I writing it?
Yeah.
You know,
It's
he
been
might
a
not
while.
have...
It's been a long time.
Yeah, no, to be fair, you can get your whole way to end of something and then just think, it's not very good.
Bloody hell. I just worry about the
shelve
DC thing. Like, I don't understand how you can keep doing the same thing. And it's more the fact that all of these higher ups are obviously meddling, doing the same thing each time. They're like, let's just rewrite it. Creative differences aren't going to work. But each time they do this, and then they expect this fantastic movie to come out, which hasn't happened. So then they keep meddling and doing the same thing. Like, it's like they're repeating themselves. It's Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Day.
The edge of tomorrow in themselves.
Yeah, that's literally it. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's madness.
Oh well. We don't know wait and see, innit? Yeah. It's like you never know. It's Christmas Eve, innit? Until the film comes out, you don't know if it's going to be good or bad because some things come along and you think they're shit and then they aren't.
Christmas Eve is giving it too much. It's more like the day before.
Like 21 Jump Street. When everyone was like, "What are you doing 20?" And then it came out and it was fantastic.
Yeah, Lord and Miller though. Like,
yes, no, but prior to that, no one really knew who they were.
That's true.
That's their breakout.
Well, I mean, hopefully we're getting a Lord and Miller to rewrite this stuff then.
Maybe.
Then, at least, I mean, the last thing they wrote was
Han Solo.
Yeah, they're on that, and they're writing the animated Spider-Man as well.
Yeah. Also, I think they wrote a bit of Batman, Lego Batman as well.
Yeah, they started the concept on that one. But yeah.
Anyway, away from that, what's next? Should we do my boy McConaughey?
Yeah, so the reconnaissance has happened.
It's over now.
Is it?
Yeah, I went to see Gold.
Okay. And so now we've gone back to, he's gone back to looking at a stoner comedy, currently titled The Beach Bum, where he will be playing sort of that sort of character.
The Beach
sort of
Bum?
stoner. Yeah, basically.
Fair enough.
The saving grace that we do have is the director.
Harmony Coleraine.
Yeah, so he did Spring Breakers.
Lots of tits.
But the tone was something that might prove to be good with McConaughey, as in the current McConaughey. Otherwise, we're going to get something like Fool's Gold or Sahara, which
I'm sorry, Sahara's pretty good. I love Sahara.
All right, is this going to come up in your later segment?
Maybe.
All right, fine. Failure to launch. We don't want failure to launch McConaughey to do anything.
But can we have Ghost of Girlfriends Past? Matthew McConaughey. Because I love that film.
Wow.
Look, we all like bad films. That's mine.
Yeah,
that's one of them.
We're about to get into something which I'm about to say that you're going to hate. But yeah, how do you feel about him going back to doing The Beach Bum?
Fine. Do it. He's very good at that character. Got him where he is now.
I mean, are we going to hear just all right 3 times?
Well, he does that everywhere. It's like his catchphrase, isn't it? I'm not mad at it if he does do it.
He better do it.
It's a bit on the nose. It'd be like him looking at the camera going, he's coming.
Maybe, just do it yourself.
Just does one of them and then just fires off and all right.
I think he's passed up a few things recently because The Dark Tower, which I'm worried isn't actually going to ever happen.
It's shooting now.
It's shooting.
And it's coming out next year.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get it next year. There's things about that whole property that worry me. I feel like it's either going to go Golden Compass route and sort of come out and then just everyone who loved the books is going to hate it, or it's going to end up sort of get stuck in a lot of post-production and I don't know where it will go from there. But that's just me being incredibly, pessimistic about something that might be amazing because of the fact that he turned down being in Guardians of the Galaxy, and that pisses me off.
Yeah, but they got Kurt Russell.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Kurt Russell was going to be in it as well.
I'd rather have just Kurt Russell.
Wait, what? You can have both.
I don't want both. I want just Kurt Russell.
You're allowed to have both.
I want just Kurt Russell.
Oh god.
He's
no.
Kurt Russell. Have you seen his hair?
Yeah.
Have you seen Big Trouble in Little China?
Of course I have.
That's all I need to say then.
Have you seen Escape from New York?
Yeah. Have you seen Escape from LA?
No, I refuse to do that to myself.
When no one knows how to say his name, and they just keep calling him like Snake Plissken.
I just refuse to say it. Like, as we used to watch it. Like, why would I do that to myself?
Because it's fun.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Alright. Last one, well, penultimate news segment here. Lara Croft has started filming, so Alicia Vikander is meant to be Lara Croft. There's all these pictures of her sort of high flying and doing all of these stuff on pulleys, and she basically looks like a carbon copy of the new game.
That's the idea.
Yeah, but do we want that? Do we want a film adaptation of that game, or do we want it to be more? Because I like the Angelina Jolie ones. They're great. Would you look at me, right? The first one is
I'd rather
decent.
watch Sahara.
Obviously, you would. You love it. Is that Kate Hudson as well? Kate Hudson's in everyone.
No, that's not Kate
Who's
Hudson.
in this one?
I don't know, but it's not Kate Hudson.
Someone else, just to,
I think it's a brown lady.
Oh god. Nah. Yeah, the Angelina Jolie. The first one's pretty good. Like, it's not awful. And the second one is awful, but it has Ian Glenn in it. So
this one's got Walter Goggins in it though.
It does. He's gonna be the bad guy.
And Dominic West.
Yeah. Well, Dominic West is playing her dad.
Well, he'll be in it for a bit at least.
Yeah, he's not gonna be in it that
not
much,
mad at him.
Also, I also like from the original one that John Voight plays Angelina Jolie's dad, because he actually is her dad.
So the synopsis is: Lara Croft sets out on her first expedition to finish her father's archaeological research and uncover ancient secrets in order to clear his disgraced name. Tragedy hits when her adventure turns into a fight for survival.
So is it like a decent amount of story, and then we just get the first new game?
Well, games are now Hollywood's new thing.
Yeah, and it's not going well though, is it?
Well, no, there's only been one proper one.
There's
It's Assassin's Creed.
one.
Well, as in like a next gen game adaptation. Assassin's Creed's the first one.
Yeah, that's true.
But the ones coming after it, you got like Uncharted. That's got to get another rewrite, but it's still got the Horrible Bosses director. And
The Last of Us.
Bradley Cooper was attached to it for quite a long time, which I'm pretty pleased about.
The Last of Us, which is supposed to be being written by the guys who wrote The Last of Us.
There you go, exactly. All of these are incredibly cinematic games.
Yeah, which is why I don't think they'll ever work.
And Uncharted is
because
Indiana Jones, but with swearing and more bullets.
But I think the issue is taking a cinematic game and condensing it to 2 hours is something that's more difficult than they think.
Well, there's there's actually quite a bit of story in a game.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of needless things in some games.
But
so you look at like, let's say, Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gumph in that you can just cut the fuck out.
But then, I think with the specific ones they picked, The Last of Us, Uncharted, and
but
even to a certain extent,
Uncharted follows a very linear story. There's no jumping around. There's none of that. It's literally just.
But it is still
no. But the game's only so long because.
How long can you complete the game? Like
you can probably complete the game in about 5 hours if you set your mind to it and just skip all the cutscenes. But the cutscenes themselves are only about 2-3 minutes long.
But then with all the cutscenes, you're still looking at 8 hours of like basically story.
No, 8 hours of basically gunfights and climbing.
Oh yeah, we're taking
That's the same thing with Lara Croft though, gunfights and climbing.
Nah, Lara Croft has got
some swimming.
A decent amount of
3D titties.
There's this. I'm not. No, we're talking about the more modern
3D titties.
No, they're not that big. It's fine. What you haven't even you don't even know what it is.
The pic though. I'm not mad at the picture.
I mean, it's a bit on the nose for me. I wanted something different, especially with Alicia Vikander. It's like someone of her caliber.
Well, to be fair, we don't know how a straight adaptation. That's just like a book, isn't it?
Yeah, but it has to be action, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
And
so does Indiana Jones.
Yeah, what?
She's basically female Indiana Jones, isn't she?
Yeah, but my point is, if you're going to do something with Alicia Vikander, you should use it as an opportunity to use her chops to develop a story. And they've kind of gone, nah, we're just going to do the same thing. And then that then brings the worry that if you're going to do a carbon copy, you've got too much story to condense.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
What about World War Z?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I forgot about that one. I didn't even see that. World War Z 2, right? It was supposed to come out in June of this year. They haven't started any of it. No pre-production. Like, the script wasn't finished. So
It's got a script. The script is done.
Not anymore. Well, okay.
Stephen Knight wrote it.
Yeah, alright.
Not Stephen DeKnight, the bloke you think he
I
is.
feel like it's Stephen DeKnight.
It's not. The man who created Peaky Blinders and wrote Locke.
Stephen DeKnight, the one who showrunnered Daredevil and Peaky Blinders.
Different person.
Same person. But they've taken it off of the slate, obviously, because it's not going to be out in June.
Scarface took his place.
You can't finish it. No,
Yeah.
this year.
No, Scarface took the release slot of...
No, the release slot for World War Z 2 is June 2017.
No, it's June 2018.
No, that's the issue. The issue with World War Z was it was June 2017.
You can shoot shit like that in like 2 hours, though.
And then the CGI, you can finish CGI in 5 months.
Of course you could.
Come on now. So they've gone back to the drawing board to the point where, the first one was fucking insanely like difficult to film to the point where they went back and reshot like 80% of the movie. It cost an arm and a leg, like doubled its production cost. And then this one, David Finch has come along and said, I'm interested in directing this. And they've gone, nah, we're good.
No, they've not gone, nah, we're good.
They've gone, nah, we're good. He's not.
Where did you read this?
This is on the podcast. Like, it's part of really, like, none of what he said is official. That he will not be doing it because they don't
Could
see
just be
him
honey dicking us though.
Huh?
Could just be honey dicking us.
No, because he is as successful a director he is. Nothing he's done makes that much money. Gone Girl being probably the biggest exception, but it didn't make that much money when you look at how much it actually did make in the end. So, like, Fight Club wasn't a big financial success. And there's another one that's actually, like, all of his stuff is quality, but if you're looking at a movie like World War Z 2, which is probably going to cost, upwards of $150 million, like, there is no way you can make his sort of contained zombie film and then go, it's going to struggle to make money.
What about Madonna, the Express Yourself video? Because he directed that.
I love it. Come on then, let's find something that made a load of money.
Panic Room?
No, not that much.
Zodiac
didn't make money.
The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. You're fucking forgetting The Social Network.
Benjamin Button. Okay, The Social Network and Benjamin Button.
So, Oscar nominated. Again,
we're not talking about the quality of him. We're talking about the fact that he'd be put in blockbuster territory and be expected to make money, which is something that he's never proven to do.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo made a shitload of money.
Not the remake.
Yeah.
I don't know that the remake did. Let's find out. But yeah, how do you feel? Do you think that there's any opportunity that this movie's going to get made in the next couple of years?
Probably. But it might be too late by then.
I don't want to see it. Do you want to see it?
I've not seen the first one. So.
See, I really don't want to see it because of the fact that it's nothing like the book. That's one of the few books that I got completely engrossed in and read really quickly because I'm not much of it.
It'll just get stuck in development hell. Loads of shit does.
Yeah,
like Indiana Jones, where when he was going to find Atlantis.
Wait, what?
There's an Indiana Jones film written somewhere in a vault in Lucasfilm.
Is it locked in one of those boxes that he locks everyone in?
What if it's in that crater where he puts everything?
I mean, that's literally the joke I just made.
Yeah, it didn't work though, did it?
So you stole it.
What if it's in the Ark of the Covenant? What if that's what's inside the Ark of the Covenant?
You can't just be trying to repackage my jokes as new jokes.
That's all I'm going to do.
But yeah, what is this story that didn't happen?
Oh, there's an Indiana Jones script that they wrote after Last Crusade where Indiana Jones is hired by someone after he's retired as a lecturer or something to go and find they stumble across signs that Atlantis is real and that it's hidden somewhere.
I don't like it.
Apparently the script was fantastic, but Harrison Ford had other commitments and he couldn't do it, so they just shelved it and then they made Kingdom of the Crystal Skull instead.
That movie didn't happen.
It's a fan film, isn't it?
But yeah, I was just checking Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It made $10 million over, like, $10 million profit domestically, not including its marketing budget. So if we include the marketing budget and the foreign, it probably made about, I don't know, 70 million.
Still a chunky amount.
Yeah, but it's
But let's be honest, his films are niche, that's the thing.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. That's why they don't want him to do World War Z.
Well, no, because he makes, with certain exceptions, original content.
But he said he wanted to do it, and they said they didn't want him to do it because of the fact that he makes niche but quality movies, because he just can't
Let him do
money.
it.
Why? Like,
It's
it
David
doesn't make
Fincher.
sense. Like, oh...
Because it's one of the greatest living directors.
I understand what you're saying, but...
He's the second, he's the best David that directs.
Nah, David O. Russell.
He's better than David O. Russell.
He probably is. I'm just trying to start...
He's better than David Lynch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's another segment that we could try.
That is.
Just pick a name.
Anyway, let's do trailers now.
Alright, yeah. Oh, well, I thought you wanted to talk about Mary Poppins.
Nah, it's alright. Started filming, isn't it?
Started filming.
Good cast. Lin-Manuel Miranda.
cast.
3 black people.
3 black people. I mean, none of them are playing Mary Poppins, but Lin-Manuel
One of them
Miranda...
could be.
No,
Lin-Manuel Miranda's basically
Emily
playing
Blunt is
Bert.
playing Mary Poppins.
Yeah. But in blackface.
Oh my
Like
god.
Al Jolson in the 50s.
Oh, this is off the rails.
No, Mary Poppins is Emily Blunt, like that. Lin-Manuel Miranda's Bert. That's alright. He's writing the music for it as well.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke's in it.
I mean, if you've got Lin-Manuel Miranda, that's it. You've made a blockbuster. That's all you need.
Not really.
That's how Hollywood works. Every blockbuster has got something written by Lin-Manuel Miranda in it.
No, it doesn't. Some of them do. Moana does.
But,
Other than that.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, it's got a good cast. Judi Dench is in it.
Yeah.
Ben
Which is weird. I don't understand how you're gonna do. Like, if you've got the new Mary Poppins, is this gonna be like really short cameos so that people don't realise?
Well, everyone else who was in Mary Poppins, apart from Dick Van Dyke and Julie Andrews, are dead.
Yeah, but those are the 2 main characters. Also, the kids can't be dead.
Well, no, the Ben Whishaw is playing.
One of the kids.
He's playing Michael Banks, the kid.
So basically, this is Hook.
Not really, because Robin Williams is
No, as in
Peter Pan.
the Mary Poppins version of Hook. Sorry.
Yeah, probably, but better because it's not
Whoa.
got Rufio in it.
Hook is fantastic and Rufio is amazing. What are you talking about?
I
you
hate-
like
I hate
Sahara.
Hook.
You like
I hate Hook.
Hook is so good.
I hate Hook.
Oh, everyone else hates it. But
Anyway,
it's my
that
favourite.
aside, let's do some trailers.
So
Can I start with one?
okay, but I'm just gonna introduce the segment.
Alright.
Is that alright?
Fine.
So this week we're doing trailer reviews are slightly different. Rather than just looking at some that have been released, we're just looking at the ones that were shown during the Super Bowl. There were a shit ton, to be fair, so we'll probably fly through a couple of them. But yeah, go ahead. Which one do you want to start with?
John Wick Chapter 2.
Oh,
The best one of them all.
okay.
Because they build it as like 50 Shades of Grey.
That was banging.
That's
I love
why it's
that.
the best one.
I mean, it wasn't the best one, but I love that.
That's the film out of all of the ones that had
It
their
came
trailers
out the
I care about
same
the
night
most.
as came out the same night in America as 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, because it's a Valentine's Day in the States. It came out this weekend in the States.
Yeah. Oh, I can find out how much it made, but carry on.
It won't. No, you won't get a proper figure of it yet because you won't get it till Monday. Because literally today's
it's-
its first day.
Yeah, it's Saturday, isn't it?
But no, it looked really good. That film's gonna be great anyway.
Yeah.
If it's anything like the first one, which is fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
A lot of gunplay and someone gets punched with the butt of a gun while he reloads it in the first one. That is lit.
They called it gun fu, like
I'm not mad at that.
the
at all.
style of fighting that they like created with the gun. But yeah, I can't wait to see that movie. It's
Do you
gonna
want to
be
do
so
one
good.
now?
Huh? Yeah, I was really excited. This was my favorite, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Like the extended version of it gives you like it focuses less on the main crew and tells you who it's adding in to the the Guardians group. So you've got Yondu, you've got Mantis, and you've got Nebula actually joining the crew. And Mantis looks so funny. Like the way that the things they're gonna do with her and Drax just seem like they're gonna be well funny. Like the way that clip ends, where she gets hit by that meteor.
Look out! Yeah. I tried to warn her.
Oh my god, it's so good. Like that made my evening. Yeah. But yeah, that was one of my favourites as well. So there was another couple ones. Fate of the Furious. Do you care?
I didn't see it.
It just had longer shots with the Lambo in it. You know, like where Tyrese is driving the Lamborghini on ice, and then a submarine's chasing him. It makes no fucking sense.
I fucking love the Fast and the Furious.
I'm excited.
5 onwards is just... They've got a clause in their contract where they can't lose fights. So you know in the 5th one where The Rock and Vin Diesel are like, it's a battle of the ages. No one wins, it's a draw.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It's the same with Jason Statham.
Yeah. They just don't... No one can lose... Well, no. Jason Statham gets rock bottom for a table.
But does he lose?
No, but he gets rock bottom for a table, so he loses.
Yeah. No.
He gets rock bottom for a table, he loses. He might as well got people there.
No, but he escapes in that one.
Yeah, he escapes, but he escapes getting the shit beat out of him, as does The Rock, because he gets both of his arms broken. Or he gets his arm broken, and later in the film he goes...
and breaks his cast. Oh my god, this film is so ludicrous. Like,
I love it's ludicrous.
It's so good
because it's got ludicrous in it. It's great, and you know it is.
I love it. Like I love it. I just think, how much more stupid can you get? They've got F. Gary Gray in this one as well, which is nice because he can do good movies if he wants to, but this is just going to be outrageous, and I can't wait.
It's got Kurt Russell in it as well, and as we've already...
Kurt Russell's better.
Kurt Russell is better than 2 Matthew McConaughey's.
I can't disagree with that. So what else happened? Logan.
That's good.
We didn't see much more in that one, but I loved it. Amazing Grace. Its quality comes out in March. Baywatch. It's a bit early.
That's the thing. I liked it. Because it's one of those films, no one's just going to go openly and see it. You have to build hype for it.
Yeah, I mean, you've got The Rock and Zac Efron. Surely that's enough.
Where's Pam Ann?
She's going to make a cameo.
Oh, sweet. What about the Hoff?
I don't know. That's probably like a secret one.
And is the theme tune going to be played?
Like, these are all questions I don't know. I haven't seen.
Is it going to be followed by Gladiators like it used to be on ITV?
I'm pretty sure that one is going to be a no. But the other one.
Imagine how sick it'd be if you were in the cinema and it just like the continuity announcer from ITV from the 90s just like, and next, Gladiators. It's those gladiators.
It was a good trailer though. I like the bit where The Rock was just berating Zac Efron for his speedos. Yeah. That was fun.
Sacrilege. That was it. What does he say?
I can't even remember.
That's just, who cares? But it's funny. I love The Rock.
Right. Transformers. Do you care?
No.
Good. Ghost in the Shell.
Don't care.
Did you see it?
Yep.
I don't is Scarlett Johansson, was she wearing clothes when they filmed it?
Yeah.
It looks really
like weird. A skin suit. I'm into it though.
But don't.
I had to take 10 minutes in the toilet for it.
That's the point. Are they selling the movie?
No, they're not.
Scarlett has been basically naked.
Well, you could just watch Under the Skin if you just wanted to see her basically actually naked.
True.
Got a hairy puss in that.
Pirates 5.
I care about this one.
I
like the Pirates.
I hate the way the CGI.
Cried on the ride, but I like the films.
Wait, what? You cried on the ride?
Yeah, twice.
What, like scared cry?
Yeah.
But like Javier Bardem in this trailer, why does his CGI look so shit?
I feel like they haven't fully rendered it properly yet.
But why? Like, it's the second time they've shown him. And like,
maybe he's meant to look like that, like a kind of like hazy on the sea. You know what I mean? Because he looks like a bit like, because on the sea at night it hazes on it.
Haven't they already
mist extends off it?
Haven't they already done this as well? Like, surely the ghost shouldn't be here because Will Turner's stopping them from coming. But Will Turner's alive in them. I don't know.
No, he's dead. He's undead.
No, yeah, he's undead.
He's Davy Jones, isn't he?
He's the Guardian. Like, he's supposed to stop.
He's Davy Jones.
But he's in the trailer. Like, if they've escaped, what's happened?
We're gonna find out. That's why they showed us in the trailer.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Will Turner's in it.
Yeah.
No, Elizabeth Swann though. Where's she?
She's back. Keira Knightley's coming back for the movie.
Into it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch Pirates of the Caribbean tomorrow now. It's gonna be lit. I love that film.
All right. So Cure for Wellness is the other one as well. I love this trailer. I'm really, really excited for this movie. It looks creepy as fuck. It looks like it's just going to explore paranoia. Like, the basic, like, what I've understood from the trailers, because I've tried not to read any actual plot, is Dane DeHaan goes to save some girl and ends up getting locked in this creepy asylum that she's been locked in, and they started experimenting on him, and I don't understand why, but I'm super excited.
I'm sure you'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably read a plot and get more, but I don't know if I want to.
Maybe.
But yeah, okay, that was a quick trailer review, because I think, like, I don't know how long we're running. It feels like it's been a while. Let's move on to... should we come back to the overrated and we'll start doing some of the other ones?
Yeah.
All right.
Like, what one? Do I get to
one.
pick?
Pick one.
Ooh. Oh. I'm going to do... Oh, it's tough.
This silence is fantastic.
I know. There's nothing better than radio silence. Should we do my classic pick of the week?
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll get it out of the way now, and then we can do our 3 picks of the week later.
Because I don't know what this one is.
It's an old film because it's classic picks, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this was from 1966.
Oh, okay.
It's the last fully black and white film to win an Academy Award.
Wait,
In Best Picture. It's got a colour bit in it.
Oh, okay.
It is The Apartment, directed by Billy Wilder, who wrote and directed Sunset Boulevard. Great film. Some Like It Hot, outstanding film. Yeah. 7 Year Itch, a film that put Marilyn Monroe on the map. It's basically about a man called Jack Lemmon who gets... Well, not called Jack, it is Jack Lemmon. He's called C.C. Baxter, who's like an insurance salesman or an insurance clerk in New York, and he rents out his apartment to the men above him in the business to have affairs.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
To get ahead of himself, and he falls in love with the lift operator played by Shirley MacLaine, and he comes home one day to find out she's tried to kill herself.
Is this Leaving Las Vegas?
Nope, it's not. Let me finish.
Okay.
And he, slowly but surely, that he's in love with her, but she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And like it's just a beautiful film. It's like the perfect romantic film.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to get your leg over on Valentine's Day, which let's be honest, I think we all are, watch this film with whatever, because the end of it is just, it's so perfectly played and just wonderfully shot and beautifully acted as well. And the script is fantastic. Billy Wilder, you'd expect nothing less from a man who's now been dead 40 years, but it's Jack Lemmon's kind of, I would say the pinnacle, but Some Like It Hot is probably his best film, and Gary Glenn Ross, but it's him at his best. He's the basis of the character Hal in The Simpsons. You know, life will turn back around. Gil.
Yeah, Gil.
He's Gil basically, and in this film he is that. He's down on his luck 1 minute, and then the next minute he's flying high, and then he's down on his luck, and then he's back. It's brilliant. It's on Netflix as well, I think. If it's not, it's on Sky Movies.
Okay, that's
and
cool.
do watch it because it is fantastic. It's got lovely little comic notes, little touches, as well as a really, really nice note that Billy Wilder hated Marilyn Monroe after they made The 7 Year Itch because he realised she couldn't act. So he does like a little head nod to that as well, which is pretty nice. That's my pick. That's my classic pick of the week.
I like it.
Watch
You're going to have to go watch it. I'll find it on Netflix then.
It's very, very good.
Okay.
What bit should we do now?
So, alright, this is just a short discussion piece really. Is the UK box office a powerful vehicle for movies, right? So I was looking at this and I was just looking at how much money movies make in the UK in comparison to America. And I understand that obviously nothing's going to compete with America, especially when we're looking at what our population's 60 million, theirs is what, 450 million. And I'm not trying to compare it, but would you say that movies could get made from them doing well in the UK?
No.
At all?
Nah. It's too small a market. There's not enough people here.
But my counter argument is Bridget Jones's Baby.
Yeah, but that's a film that basically only British people give a shit about.
Which is weird.
So it's essentially a British production.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I think it was, if not the top, it was one of the top grossing movies last year.
My point exactly. But China is the vehicle in which that's the reason Transformers films still get made. It's the Chinese audit. That's the reason Mission Impossible films still get made.
A sequel.
Exactly. The reason for all of this is because China is such a massive player in the. It's why Avengers have sequences in China.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's why Mission Impossible 3 ends in China.
But then I think it's easy to make the arguments for China and for US just because of the amount of people.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
Yeah,
it's just the volume. If we had 1 billion people living here,
what about? So why isn't the? Oh, I was gonna I don't know why I'm trying to do this because I agree with you. I'm just trying to debate.
It doesn't work.
Like
you
Indian box office.
Bollywood.
Yeah, I know.
That's why.
Because
literally,
I knew what I was saying.
Unless there's dancing and no one kisses, they don't care.
Well, why didn't they make the Love Guru 2? That must have killed over there.
Because it's super racist.
Yeah, this is great. Because the annoying thing
Justin Timberlake's in that
before I came into this thing, I was like, oh, we're gonna agree on everything. So I'm just saying questions that I know what the answers come in, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm just trying to prove it.
Should we skip this bit then? Because it hasn't worked.
I like it. Basically, maybe send in some questions when we put this up on YouTube, and then we'll debate them. But hopefully, we'll actually have opposing arguments. Otherwise,
and I won't do any research. I'll just go off the cuff.
Just
because that's funnier for me.
Probably. All right. So this one is interesting. Harry defends his love of bad rom-coms. How are you going to defend loving Ghost of Girlfriend's Past?
Well, for 2 reasons. One, there's a great sequence where he pops a bottle of champagne and it topples a wedding cake and he has to hold it up and he goes, oh, and you think he's going to say, all right, but he doesn't. Emma Stone is in that film. She's fantastic in it.
Okay.
Michael Douglas is in that film and he's very good in it.
I mean,
the parts don't add up to it. It's just, when you're hungover, right?
Yeah.
And you need something to watch, and you don't want to put your full concentration into it.
I watch a comedy movie.
Watch a rom-com, man.
Why don't I?
Because you know exactly what's going to happen, so you don't need to focus on the story.
But then, why am I watching?
They are outstanding. They are the basis of modern cinema.
Why am I watching a movie if I don't want to think? If I don't want to think, but also want to know exactly where it's going.
I mean,
why am I watching that?
It's one of the original stories, isn't it? It's Much Ado About Nothing. It's a rom-com.
Yeah.
So it's an original story it's starting with. Yeah, that's the base. It's Shakespeare.
But then that's the original story, and everything has the same thing.
Everything's got the same thing.
A lot better. I just think
Sweet 16.
Oh my god, what?
Pretty in Pink.
Okay, that's fine.
These are all fantastic films, but there's bad ones as well.
What bad rom-coms are you loving?
Oh, you name it.
Like specifically bad ones.
The Proposal. Fucking love it.
I don't hate that movie.
Go in the Distance with Drew Barrymore and Justin Long. Love it.
I don't know what that is.
It's fucking great. Jason Sudeikis and Charlie Day are in it. It's great. There's a bit where they come home and she's staying in her her sister's house, and he's just fucking her on a dining room table.
The thing about naming people in rom-coms though is that they're just there for the paycheck. It's not. You can't say, "Oh, this movie's fantastic."
It's like Danny Dye. He's got a mortgage to pay.
But you're saying this movie's fantastic because Michael Douglas is in it. But Michael Douglas does not give a fuck. He's phoning it in. He's just there for the money.
He's way over the top in that film. He's swinging for the fences in Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. Give me another one.
I can't think of bad ones, to be honest.
Exactly, because there aren't any.
No, because I avoid them like
What if with
Yeah,
Daniel Radcliffe and Zoe Kazan, the love of my life. Which is basically where they become friends in Toronto.
This must be a really recent one as well.
It is. It's super recent. I love this film. I love it. It's got Adam Driver in it as well.
Jesus.
There's a bit where he makes nachos. It's great.
You are specifically seeking out these rom-coms, aren't you?
Yeah, of course I do. I watch the trailers for them. I know what's going to happen. And I watch them. I don't go to the cinema. I'm not paying money to go and see them.
Yeah.
I'm watching them when they come out on streaming services. They are so good. I love them so much.
I can't argue it because it's just
the smile on my face.
It's your irrational love for
it's
these
just
movies.
Look, everyone's got them. Everyone has an irrational love of something. Mine is rom-coms.
I do like I do like garbage action movies.
Your garbage action films are my rom-coms.
Yeah. I mean,
they make me feel good. Even though I know the relationship isn't probably going to work out in the end.
I could sit there and watch sort of sequels to Starship Troopers, and I'll love it. Like, I do not give.
Whereas I can watch You've Got Mail with Meg Ryan.
Yeah, but
and
these
Tom Hanks
that's
over again.
like there are movies that are actually good in that sort of genre, and you've named a couple.
Sally.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Film's lit.
Films, okay, it's not lit, but it's a good.
Some of them I won't watch, like Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, that's not.
That's just like I'm not going to waste 2 hours of my life to watch that. But
just watch Love Actually. Like
I will watch No Strings Attached and then immediately follow it with Friends with Benefits. They're the same film, but I'm going to watch them.
Why those? I don't like either of those.
Oh, I love them both.
Oh my gosh.
If anything, I love No Strings Attached more than I love Friends with Benefits.
Is that the Portman Timberlake one?
That's the Kutcher Portman one.
So wait, who's the other? Kunis
Friends
as well?
with Benefits is Kunis and...
Isn't it Kunis and Kutcher and Portman and Timberlake?
No. Milas and Kutcher are married.
Yeah.
That's probably what you're thinking of it. But separate them.
Oh, they're not in
He's
the same
over here.
movies.
She's like, oh, I'm making a sex film with Justin Timberlake. He's like, cool, I'm going to make one with Natalie Portman. Fuck you. That's it. Imagine the conversation that happened.
Oh, okay.
They're both really good.
Yeah. No.
No, they're not, but they're both
they're just
great.
both not really good.
I mean, Justin Timberlake is outstanding.
No, the only movie he's been good in is Bad Teacher and The Social Network.
I'm sorry.
What?
Friends
What
with
else is there?
Benefits.
No, sorry, no. I'd rather watch him in Runner, and that movie's garbage. That movie makes me want to lie.
That film has the worst fake beard I've ever seen in my life.
It's just...
But it's got
like,
Gemma Arterton, so...
Yeah, it's one of those Ben
I'm
Affleck
down.
things where he's like, I'm not going to write this. I'm just going to turn up and get some money like in between my good stuff. But okay. Picking favourites. I don't understand what this one is.
So you pick 3 films by an actor or director, and you have to do any of them. I don't care which ones, and you have to tell me why you picked them.
What?
You have to defend your choices. Because I mean, I put Brad Pitt here,
Yeah.
right? And Brad Pitt's been in some shit, and he's been in some top quality films as well. So you basically have to go
3 of his movies.
3 of his films,
Yeah, and defend why they're good.
and defend why you like them.
defend why I like them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my 3.
Yeah, go on.
Ocean's 11. Interview with a Vampire, he's in that, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. And not Inglourious Bastards. Another one where he's got an odd haircut. Moneyball. I love Moneyball. Those 3.
But my issue is those are all good movies.
Yeah, I know, but then you could do it with someone who has shit movies.
Okay.
Like, say,
Like Angelina Jolie, right?
like Angelina Jolie.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I actually love that movie.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider, also love it. And what's the third? Tomb Raider, Cradle of Life.
So there you go. Look, you've picked 2 bad films.
But the thing is, I actually like all of those movies.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if they're terrible.
Yeah.
You can still love them.
Yeah.
So Matthew McConaughey, I'd pick Killer Joe, Mod, and Ghost to Girlfriend's Past.
Okay, I was with you with Killer Joe, and then I was like, oh shit, what?
Mod, the film
Mod is a good
he should have won his Academy Award for, and Ghost to Girlfriend's Past, last great Matthew McConaughey rom-com. Like,
okay, wait, what was Fool's Gold? How many of these has he been in? Like
loads.
Went to
Failure
town.
to Launch, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
He is
The
in
Wedding
that
Planner.
one. I like that one. Wedding Planner. What's that one?
That's the one with Jennifer Lopez.
No, he's in Made in Man.
No, that's Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes did rom-coms. Fuck.
Another great rom-com.
Oh, I mean, I like Monster in Law. That's my favourite Jennifer Lopez.
You made me go
movie.
see Monster in Law.
It's because
Or was it the other boy that we used to?
No, I didn't make you go. Well, I didn't see that in cinema.
Oh, I know. I saw that with someone else.
I saw it on TV, but I
You
quite
didn't make me
like
go
Jane
see
Fonda.
Twilight?
Yeah, I did. I didn't enjoy the movie.
We had a discussion about that the other day.
Yeah, we did.
You tried to justify your choice based on the music in the film.
The soundtrack to Twilight is banging. I will always stand by it.
Nope.
Fine, let me prove it.
Please don't put it on now.
Supermassive Black Hole is on there. That's actually my favourite bit of that movie.
Should we do another one? Should we do another bit?
What? Picking favourites?
Yeah.
Okay.
You pick the actor.
So, someone who makes questionable choices. Morgan Freeman.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Bucket List.
Banging.
And what would be the fourth? What would be the third one?
You love Lucy, didn't you?
I actually did quite like Lucy.
Oh my god, shut your mouth. It's the worst movie I've possibly ever seen.
I quite liked it.
Got so... firstly, the movie's like 80 minutes, but then there's like 15 minutes of animals fucking. Like, why do I want to see that?
That's lit. That's the
It's
best
so
bit.
stupid. Like, the whole concept doesn't make sense. Why is she uploading herself into the internet? It's like, I get so angry when people start talking about that movie. She's such a...
This is why this is a great bit.
I hate, like, that made me hate Luc Besson because I gave him so many opportunities. Like, because Leon's such a fantastic movie. And then you look at Taken and I'm like, alright, fine, Taken.
Did you direct Taken?
Yeah.
Got a TV series, you know.
Yeah. So Taken 1, I'm like, okay, fine. Taken 2, I'm like,
particular set of
what the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? Why are we doing
Taken 3?
2? It's the same
Whoa.
fucking thing.
No. Taken 2 is where they take his wife.
Yeah, it's the same story though.
Taken 2.
Why am I
Take
doing
the
this
wife.
again?
That's the subtitle. when they wrote it, it was Taken,
Oh my God.
take the wife.
I hate it.
We did the daughter.
Right, so I'm gonna just read you off some of these songs from Twilight soundtrack.
God. Can't believe
Supermassive
this is
Black Hole by
happening.
Muse. Decode Paramore.
I don't know what that song is.
That's alright. There's 2 Paramore songs on there as well. This is when I was in my massive Paramore phase. And then shit happened and I stopped following that band.
Is it because of the topless pic?
Nah, it's because she kicked out the 2 founding members of the band.
That's fine, but now she's got
so
those sweet painted on leggings.
Then there's like Iron and Wine, like Blue Foundation.
I don't know what these things. You could literally just
The
say
Black Ghosts.
You could have literally just
Robert Pattinson. That's the actor in it, but he's got a song on here, so
I'm not mad at it.
in it. It's banging. It's fine. Oh wait, is that Linkin Park? Nah, I made that up. No, Linkin Park is there as well.
You made me go and see that film. You made me pay money out of my 14-year-old pocket
Quality
to go and see that
soundtrack.
film.
Yeah, I had a really bad picker when I was younger. We were speaking about this during the week. I'd basically, we'd always go to see a movie for my birthday, and I'd always pick shit movies. Apart from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which I still stand by as a fantastic movie.
It is. But
Speed Racer, that was my
didn't see that
fault.
movie. 10,000 BC. That was your
10,000
fault.
BC, that was my fault. Twilight was my birthday.
No, it wasn't your birthday.
No.
But you made me third wheel a date.
Yeah, that's good. Ah, youth. Fantastic.
That was horrible.
Alright.
You didn't even let me sit in the same row.
Yeah, no, you don't listen.
You only sat 2 rows behind you.
Yeah, you can't sit in the same row, that'd be weird.
The only people in the goddamn cinema, boy. It was like a Tuesday at like 11 o'clock as well.
Sorry, it was a what?
It was a Tuesday.
Alright, so this is another segment we're going to try out. Is blank overrated? So, obviously, pick an actor, defend your decision whether they're overrated or not. So, this will be the quick one, and then we'll go into the actual debate, because the example will be, is Scarlett Johansson overrated?
Yes.
This is the issue. We both agree on this. I don't think that, like, Lucy, fucking awful. She can't carry a movie.
Home Alone 3, though.
So,
That's the height of her acting.
I thought, I don't know why, like, Home Alone 3, firstly, I fucking love that movie. It's my favourite Home Alone.
You're dead inside Home Alone 2.
It's genuine, but it's the first Home Alone I saw, and I don't like Macaulay Culkin's face. Like, I've never liked Macaulay
That's fair
Culkin's
enough.
face.
I don't like Macaulay Culkin.
Even as a child, I disliked Macaulay Culkin's child face.
Anyway, away from Macaulay Culkin, pick more films she's in.
What else is she in? She is also in. All right, so Under the Skin, good, like the good movie she's been in. Under the Skin, Don John, Vicky Cristina Barcelona, and there's one more. What is it? No, it's not Terminal. What's the other? It is the Terminal.
Terminal, she's not in there. That's
It's not
Tom
Terminal.
Hanks.
What's the other one that's in the airport that she's in? I can't fucking find it.
She's in a film called Perfect Score, I think. Is that a film I'm thinking of? It's got Chris Evans in it before he got jacked. Where she helps him steal the exam results or the exam questions.
No, I don't know.
That's a good film. I like that film.
Okay,
It's one
I
of those films you watch
can't.
when you're hungover.
Maybe
I
I've
don't know
made
what
this
it's called.
entire thing up. I thought there was another movie that's in an airport that she was in. She's in the Perfect Score. Lost in Translation. Boom. That's it. That's the one.
That's just that with no Bill Murray, no film in that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that was the other good movie that I thought she was in. But then
You're also forgetting the Avengers though.
Yeah.
That excuse because that's an ensemble.
But she plays bit parts in everything, and you can't give those movies to her.
That's true.
Like you can't give her.
I'll take that.
What's the other one? Oh wait, she's a bit part in. I mean, is Girl with the Pearl Earring, is she the main character?
Yeah, she's literally the girl with the pearl earring.
She is the girl with the pearl earring. I don't know if that's that good a movie.
I like it.
The Island. I quite.
You fucking made me go and see that film as well.
I quite like watching that movie, but she's not good in it.
But we're gonna add that to the list of shit Remy's made me see.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor also shit. It is Ewan McGregor in the other one. Yeah. It's a shit movie, but I quite enjoy it. But basically, I
was younger than 14 then. I had to borrow money to go and see that film.
I don't think that she deserves to be on the pedestal that she's on. I don't think she's made enough quality to be this A-list character who gets whatever she wants.
It's because she looks how she looks, isn't it? It's Hollywood at its worst.
But yeah, not good.
Should we do the other one?
Let's move on to the one that we are going to debate.
Not a lot though, because I'm getting tired.
Yeah, fair. Ryan Reynolds, is he overrated? I go yes.
I don't think he is.
Why?
Because he's flipping hilarious. Like he has everything in his canon.
But does that mean he deserves to be an A-list movie star?
Yes.
Oof, I don't know. I don't think he's done enough in movies to deserve to stay.
He has
in
a Tom.
movies.
But Tom Hanks had that too, though. Tom Hanks. No one thought one of Tom Hanks' first films is called Bachelor Party, where he just plays a dirtbag.
Didn't he direct that as well?
No,
I probably made that up.
You did. But he's got everything he needs, Ryan Reynolds, to be an A-list actor. I'm not 100% sure if he could do a full-on drama yet, but I feel he could.
For me, he feels
he's similar. He's kind of similar to Bradley Cooper in a sense, because Bradley Cooper made his name for himself in comedies.
See, I was going to give him
The Hangover.
I was going to give him the Jeremy Renner status. Just does not deserve to be a leading actor.
Ryan Reynolds, he's better than Jeremy Renner. He's got charisma.
He's got charisma. I also think Jeremy Renner is such a quality supporting actor.
The bad films Ryan Reynolds are in, he's the best thing in them. Green Lantern, terrible film, but he's really, really good in it.
Mark Strong's the best thing in that movie.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that, but he's really good in it. Just Friends, terrible film.
Terrible film.
Like it, but he is the standout in it.
Is he?
Yes, he is, because he has to play. He starts off as this cool, suave character, and then he reverts back to his high school overweightness.
Oh, so you're just giving him it because he does more than one thing in the movie?
No, but he carries it. Definitely, maybe. Again, another one. The Proposal.
The Proposal. No, he's not the best thing in The Proposal. He's Sandra Bullock's better in The Proposal.
Yeah, but without he's the straight man.
Yeah.
So he has to. The straight man carries the film.
Whoa. No.
I love Ryan Reynolds.
So. I just think like
Deadpool. Deadpool doesn't work with anyone other than him.
Yeah. Deadpool. I think Deadpool is the one.
Do I need to bring up Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place?
But that's we're not bringing TV into the argument. TV doesn't count, right? Because my argument is that he should be on TV. We should just leave him in this TV way.
You can't leave someone who looks like that on TV.
Selfless. What is that? That's a movie he made in 2016.
That's a film with Ben Kingsley as well.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley does not care about anything until he cares. He is definitely...
Buried. Do you know what's a really good film? Buried.
Yeah,
There we go. That's just basically him in a box.
But that's just... like,
got a phone, why don't you just make a phone call?
There's like two good movies where he's good and the movie's good. Like Criminal, not a good movie. I watched that recently. I'll probably watch it again. But it's not a good movie. R.I.P.D. awful. Like so bad.
He's good in it.
He's not good in it. No one is good in it. Jeff Bridges looks like a terrible actor in that movie. He is not good in it.
I think Jeff Bridges made that after he won an Oscar.
I feel like your argument is actually his movies are so bad that they make him look good. I don't think Ryan Reynolds.
I love Ryan Reynolds. I'll say it again. I love him.
Fine, Ted, he's good in. Like that's bare funny, but it's not. It doesn't count as him. The Change Up, shit. Safe House, not great. Buried, yeah, good. The Proposal,
Good. I want to watch The Proposal.
Adventureland, I really don't like him in that movie.
Oh, I love him in that.
He's the only thing I don't like about that movie. Just Friends, Waiting.
Waiting's great.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that movie, but I don't. Fireflies in the Garden, never heard of it. Chaos Theory, I don't know.
No, we're going too far back now.
Yeah, we've gone. Blade Trinity killed that franchise. It's not his fault, or totally, but killed the franchise. Van Wilder, fine, we'll give him that. But basically, my argument is
Van Wilder, though, based on a comedian.
Maybe he's not overrated. Maybe he just has an awful picker.
Maybe, or maybe he's just like
that's where I'll come to terms.
Maybe
with
just like Danny Dyer, he's just got a mortgage to pay.
But I mean, that's every movie. It's like every movie.
Yeah, still, I'll say again, Danny Dyer got a mortgage to pay.
But surely there's got to be a point where Ryan Reynolds is offered a good movie.
Maybe he'll have some sort of. I was going to try and make renaissance.
That's just the regular word.
Yeah, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, I get
or the
what you're
Renaissance.
saying. No, that's not his name. Oh, we'll give it. We'll go with Renaissance, but yeah. Okay, anyway. So we'll try that. Like, maybe we'll think about a few more actors. Yeah, every other week.
What should we do now?
Let's do all the alternative casts, and then we'll finish with picks of the week.
Sweet.
So
let me go to my articles on it.
So we've been looking at. Basically, this is a grouping of movies that either started or were looking to have other actors or actresses lead them, and then they ended up changing. And was it for the good or bad? For example, we'll start with the easiest one, La La Land.
Yeah.
Would you have preferred it with Miles Teller and Emma Watson?
Well, I hate Emma Watson, so...
Yeah, no. I don't see Miles Teller carrying any of it.
I think he could. He's very charismatic.
I don't know.
He like the films where he's not acting serious, like 21 and Over or Awkward Moment. He's in also in a film called The Two Night Stand, where he's has to be kind of charismatic and.
21 and Over is bad.
Vince Vaughn. There was a period where after 21 and Over, which isn't a great film, but he's very good in it.
I thought it was a good film.
I was thinking this guy could be like Vince Vaughn. He can talk very fast. A lot of what he says it seems quite off the cuff.
Yeah. And
I think that would work.
I
think it would have worked quite well because essentially that's what you've got in Ryan Gosling in that film.
I worry that you're comparing him to Vince Vaughn.
No, I'm not. No. I'm saying he has what it takes to be an actor of a similar ilk to Vince Vaughn.
And better than him.
But not better than him.
Better than him.
No.
Wait, what?
On par, like he has the ability to emulate his career.
We're gonna have to write this down because is Vince Vaughn overrated?
No, he isn't.
We'll have this argument in 2 weeks' time.
Vince Vaughn is not.
All right,
but one of the ones I found out was David Schwimmer was almost Will Smith in Men in Black, but he couldn't do it because he'd signed on to direct and star in a TV movie called Since You've Been Gone.
Oh my god! Imagine if David Schwimmer can't lead a movie.
No, but you just don't know because you never know. But imagine what it could have been like.
That's blown my mind.
There'd be like it could have been dark. It might not have been as comical.
That's so weird.
So an acting cast can change.
Yeah, like I'm seeing it in my head. It's just an entirely different movie.
So,
oh no, I don't like it. No.
So you don't like it. What about Tom Selleck as Indiana Jones? I'm into this 110%.
Well,
the sexiest man of the 1970s, Tom Selleck. The only reason he couldn't do it is because he had to keep making Magnum PI.
Yeah, he couldn't leave. I don't like it because I don't like Tom Selleck without a mustache, and I don't want.
No, he would have kept them. He would. Oh, I think he would have looked pimping with a tie.
It's because I can see Harrison Ford, and I don't like Indy without a mustache.
Exactly. But there's some now that are just so entrenched as being like Dougray Scott as Wolverine.
Yeah. Russell Crowe at some point as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Russell Crowe suggested that Hugh Jackman should be the one that they take for Wolverine as well.
What about this, right? So when they started making Die Hard, right, a contractual obligation meant that the part had to be offered to an 86-year-old Frank Sinatra. Imagine how good Die Hard would have been with a geriatric Frank Sinatra.
Still doing all of the action, crawling through vents.
Exactly the same film.
Just fantastic.
Or what about this? Before Bruce Willis signed on, Richard Gere signed on for it. That could have completely changed the career of Richard Gere.
Yeah.
Because it changed the career of Bruce Willis, who to that point had been a will they won't they romantic TV actor in Moonlight, or Moonlighting even, and that could have just
Friends.
Exactly, and then Friends, exactly.
That would be good.
Sylvester Stallone as Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop
Instead of what?
instead of Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
So that film before Eddie Murphy signed on,
funny, yeah.
no, it wasn't. It was a serious, like dark thriller about a man whose friend is murdered, and then the police officer that he's Axel Foley, so Sylvester Stallone goes to LA to solve this crime.
Wow.
And that it's amazing. Mickey Rourke was apparently the first choice for it, but
then he did all of that plastic surgery.
no, that was way before that.
Sorry, we don't want to look at this guy anymore.
So that's just like some of them.
That's good. I like the one. Oh no, I've forgotten it because I don't want to steal your main stinging. There's one where someone got fired. No, let's go with your one as well.
What?
The Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz.
Oh yeah.
So this is you can Google this as well because there's pictures of it. Before they wanted Marty McFly, they wanted Michael J. Fox to be Marty McFly in Back to the Future, but he was on Family Matters, which is the show that launched Leonardo DiCaprio's career and his as well. So they couldn't get him to during the daytime, so they started filming it with Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly. So Eric Stoltz from Anaconda, and
where is he in Anaconda?
Yeah, he's in Anaconda. He is asleep for a lot of the film.
Oh, okay.
And then wakes up at the end and saves everyone, I think. And then there's also who else is in it? What else is he? He's in a film called Mask as well, which is pretty good.
The Mask.
Not The Mask, just Mask. It's about like sexual frustration.
The Mask that launched Cameron Diaz's thing.
Not that one.
Oh,
but
that's the only one.
So that is, you can look him up, and apparently,
I've seen this.
You can see the pictures of him, and they're side by side, and it's effectively they'd shot 3/4 of the film as well, and then he decided after rereading the script one evening that he's not right for this part. He just wasn't.
And he'd filmed that much.
And he filmed that much, and he just literally thought, because they were watching the rushes back, and he was watching them as well with Christopher Lloyd. And Christopher Lloyd looks completely different as well because the tone is different. It's not as playful, it's not as fun. And Back to the Future is my favourite film, and I'm imagining it now with Eric Stoltz, a man whose career again could have gone a completely different direction had he done that film. Would it have still been as big? Would it have still got much of a cult following? Would it have got 2 sequels? Yeah. Would it have got a ride at a theme park?
I like the little fact that Zemeckis, they released the first one. It was a massive success, and then the company was like, whether or not you want to direct it, we're doing sequels. And then he was like, well, I mean, I guess I have to, because otherwise you're going to ruin my thing. So he only signed on because they were going to do it without him. Yeah, just to force him just to
the pictures you can Google them, just Google Eric Stoltz Back to the Future and you'll see them. But they're very, very good. It looks like it could be a completely different film with a kind of...
It's crazy how much the one actor can change.
Exactly. So what about this one? I know this one already. They used Robin Williams as a bargaining chip to get Jack Nicholson to play the Joker. So they'd started. They don't have any pictures of it, but you can see. You can Google Robin Williams Joker, and he was about 3 weeks away from being the Joker. And imagine how different that. You might never have got a Heath Ledger Joker if Robin Williams had done it, because he would have been so anarchic and crazy.
Yeah, if you think,
and just that, which is why you never got to see him as the Riddler, because he was meant to be the Riddler before Jim Carrey did it, but he was like, I'm not doing that because you dicked me over last time.
It's like when you think how dark he can get for like 1 Hour Photo and Insomnia. If he brought that to a Batman movie, oh my god!
How dramatic he could have taken it, and how just scary.
And Tim Burton would have let him do it as well.
But the thing is then Jack Nicholson only did it because he gets top billing and he gets 100% of the merchandise. He's still making bank off that film. And
my favourite thing about that Batman,
is Michael Keaton, obviously.
Well, yeah, but also like it's just the tiniest thing. You know where he's in the room with the businessman, Jack Nicholson, and then he's so committed to it that he's wearing Joker makeup and then putting normal skin
Makeup
makeup
over.
on top.
Yeah.
That's I love that so much, because it's just like you could have just wiped off the Joker makeup, but now we're gonna do it that way, and it's just a massive.
He's
thing
fantastic
for me.
in it. So there you go.
Good.
That's alternative costs.
I think there's other stuff that I might bring in, because there's one where it's people get fired from the beginning of the movie. So we'll try that next week as well, because I can't remember.
Should we do our last bit of the thing before we go and do sleeping?
Before we head off, picks of the week.
Picks of the week.
So I thought there's only 2 written down here. And
I've got a third one.
Okay.
2 of them are mine.
Yeah. So you go first.
Okay. The first one, I guess, is a documentary. It's called The 7-5. I watched it this week. It's really good. It's on Netflix. It's about the police precinct in Boston, Precinct 75, which is apparently what in the 80s was the most dangerous police precinct in the world. Okay. Because it was the home of a number of Dominican crack dealers. And
like
had the highest murder rate. Yeah, like in the Scarface like in the third Scarface film. And it follows these police officers who became corrupt. Specifically, one police officer called Michael Dowd, who did a lot of bad things as a police officer and went to prison for quite a long time. It's gripping. It's interesting. It sets the characters up well. You meet Michael Dowd at the start, but you don't know you've met Michael Dowd until later.
That's good. It's nice to know that you can do sort of that sort of movie, sort of magic while making a documentary.
Oh yeah, there's documentaries have as much movie magic as anything. You can craft a fantastic story from a documentary.
I still need to watch 13th.
I've not watched it yet, but so yeah, watch that. That's really really good. I watched that this week.
That's on Netflix. Yeah.
So both of mine are on Netflix.
Same. They've just brought on. So my pick of the week is Ex Machina, which really everyone should have seen by now. It is Oscar Isaac's Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah, Domhnall Gleeson.
And Alicia Vikander. Basically,
He's
just those 3. Ex Machina is a movie basically about an artificial intelligence so clever and housed in this woman called Ava that many things ensue and shit
it's
gets
essentially
real.
a filmed Turing test, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he shows you that he's...
Well, I don't want to give it away. I'm
true,
trying to just sort of skate around the main plot.
It's very good though.
It's gripping. It's you can feel the isolation in the film, and that's why
got a weird dance scene in it though.
I like the end. The end is like...
I can't remember what happens at the end.
Like the way it breaks down, and then the sort of final sort of still it leaves you with. It could frustrate many, but it's done so well by Alex Garland, which is his first feature film.
No,
so directing. This is his first directing. Yeah, his directorial debut. He's
a writer.
Writer and producer.
28 days later, didn't he?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll fact check it later.
Yeah, but it's such a good movie, and yeah, it's just recently been added to Netflix. It's definitely worth a watch. So what's your last pick?
My last pick is a film called Too Late.
Okay.
Which is effectively a cinematic test, to see if you could do something. So it is.
You told me about this movie.
It's 5 20-minute single takes with one camera. So it's shot on photochemical film, part produced by Kodak, and used shot on their film, and it basically follows a detective called Samson, and played by John Hawkes. Yeah, John Hawkes, who is in... What's he in? He's in Deadwood. He's one of the people who owns a general store, with Timothy Oliphant in that. And he's very good in that, but he's fantastic in this. It's camera work, but the camera work isn't showy, it's not flashy, it's nice and simple. And it's just a really well told story with lovely little brilliant touches to classic detective films from the 1940s. The bit where he goes to this man's house and he goes, 3 days ago I stepped into some gum, started me asking questions. And the way he talks to there's one where he talks to a woman and he goes, well, what, you don't think I'm attractive? And he goes, your face is an acquired taste, darling. And he goes, what? She goes, you're calling me ugly? And he goes, no, I'm just getting acquired to the taste. And he just walks out. And it's things like that. And it's just the way the camera moves. Exactly. And the camera work isn't flashy and showy like it could be in, say, Birdman, where you know that it's one take. In this, it's one take. It's 5 one takes, but it doesn't feel like 5 one takes. And it's really good. It's fantastic. It's on Netflix. Watch it. The more people that know about this film, the better, because it's just pure classic filmmaking. It's also got one of the kids from Boy Meets World in it, so you know it's good to see Ryder Strong's landing on his feet after the end of that program.
Okay. If this is a quick question, digital or film? What do you prefer to watch?
Film all day.
Yeah. All
day film. Your eyes interact differently with film. The sound of the projector behind you in the cinema, you don't get that anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, digital has allowed people to make more adventurous, more different films. It's more accessible, so anyone can make a film. We can make a film if we wanted. We're filming this right now.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that if it was photochemical, because we wouldn't be able to afford it. But a photochemical film is still the best. People like Martin Scorsese work extremely hard to preserve its legacy and shoot things still on film where they can. Quentin Tarantino only shoots on film.
Always.
And it's just a great medium, yeah. So there you go. Film all the way, but digital for the future.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. We'll stick this up on SoundCloud and YouTube. But yeah, that was the late review, and hopefully we'll be back next week.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Peace.
What?
It's a wrap.